Sakuyanade Ball Olaram, or hello everyone and welcome. A Wolf's Den Games is proud to present Insomnia Squad Casefiles, Sunday's Skyrim Stroll, with your host, Garoylor Kier. There we go. Howdy folks, I know the camera's not up, but I haven't been feeling my best, so it's kinda why it's like that. We are getting back to a bit of Skyrim just to mostly do some wandering and exploring. I have no idea if anybody's around, but I figured I'd at least stop in, get a little bit of wandering taken care of. Give me one moment here. Okay, just needed to take care of something real quick. There we go. And back to randomly wandering. Don't really have anything in particular planned. Just kinda... Wait, was I on a quest? Oh yeah, I needed to go talk to him again. Let's see. Back out here to Soulstone. I may eventually end up going that route or starting over at some point, just to kind of take on that whole vampire quest line, just to see where that goes. It has been a long day, and unfortunately there's been some pain preventing me from being able to go to sleep, so I deal with it as best I can. Just try and keep getting through it to the best of my ability. Doesn't help that my back has kind of started adding to that.
You're alive! I hope that bodes ill for Ildare. Well, well, you have proven to be a more valuable ally than I anticipated. I have a staff for
I hope that's loud
you. I would
enough.
also like to make you a member of my household. A member of House Telvanni.
Oh, cool.
No need to thank me. I know you are overwhelmed with gratitude.
Oh, absolutely overwhelmed.
I suppose that depends. Are you willing to be in... Mirak was a formidable opponent. I wonder what he would have been like as my apprentice. The man makes a dreadful cup. However... Oh,
Okay.
don't waste your time. Those things are for the weak and foolish. For now, not much, but in a few decades, when I return to Vardenfell, you... In the meantime, we would keep a bed and chest here for you.
Here, as in his actual house? Sure, why not? That works for me.
I suppose that depends. Now that's my... Hermaeus Mor, where the black books
Oh yeah, I think we
apparently
already
time
knew
is
that
more
one.
malleable if you're the Daedric Prince of Fate and Destiny. Did you fill those soul gems like I asked you?
Yes, Master. Although the Grand Soul Gem only has a common soul in it.
Idiot! Those are hard to find. Next time, don't fill it at all if you can't do it properly.
Grabbing what I can because always good to have extras. I don't recognize that title. So there we go. That takes care of that. I believe I have that one. As long as I don't jump willy-nilly off that thing and float down like I'm supposed to, then I should be able to get all this stuff. Since I dropped off a bunch of stuff at the house at the end of the last stream. I don't necessarily need everything from every room, but I figure might as well grab a few things that would be useful. That way if he caught me, I was just grabbing ingredients. What book is that? Definitely have multiple copies of that one. Stamina is always one to need because of archery and, you know, running. Because stamina is needed for all of that. Scrolls are always good. Don't know if I have that yet. survive that one either. Okay. I totally misread that for a second. I thought it said livers of the saints. And I was like, what in the world? I've heard of weird stuff, but yikes. So I was kind of glad I'd read it wrong. Whee! Now we'll just float down. Aw. Was hoping we'd have had some viewers. Oh well. Admittedly, we do need to get our viewer numbers up over here on Twitch, but either it happens or it doesn't. Hopefully, eventually, it will happen. Today was a kind of big work day, so we were rather late to getting around to making it online for streaming. And that does kind of mess with things a bit. Oh yeah, there was a... I didn't notice any side effects. At least not so far. So we'll add that to it too. So there's another black book over here. Right then. We've got one black book over here. So we'll do, I guess we're doing another dungeon dive, cave dive, whatever. Let's sneak in there, because let's not be stupid. Well, that one was easy. An ebony bow? Definitely. Yes. 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 I don't need the other stuff. So... bit of a dungeon crawl. That's kind of how it works, isn't it? Random exploration. Now the question is, should I go that way or should I go this way? Let's try this way first. It does seem the most likely. I could be wrong. Just having a little bit of a wander. Wait, so there's... oh. Well, now we know exactly where we're going to be coming out at. We have no choice but to go this way. Took me a second, I forgot where I was. Let's get that bow ready. Actually, we need to switch over to Haven. Haven is the fire bow. Huh. No weight? Sure. Take that, some of that, a couple of those. It's got some value to it. Might as well, right? Wait, did I just go, Drusilla from Buffy? Maybe a little. That's what happens when you sit there and listen to a lot of different accents and voices and try picking things up from those. Gotta be careful though. After all, more of these things could pop up at any moment. You never know what you'll find around here. Sometimes it's money. Ooh, gotta grab the drum. That's for Scanlan. Gotta keep an eye out for cabbages as well. I'm not seeing anything over here to worry about. All those are empty. Oh yeah. Rogue's got a rogue, right? That was relatively easy, but it's one of the reasons why I tend to do the whole sneak around everywhere, because my stealth seems to be really, really high, and I'm not exactly sure why it's as high as it is. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter why, as long as it works out for the best. At least that's how I see it. I didn't realize this was an actual... Huh. I thought that was just a gateway or something. And then we'll have to go from here into the Black Book. There's a very good chance I'm gonna walk just straight into somebody. One of these reekling things. They'll just pop up out of the ground. Be like, I heard something. I don't see nothing though. Huh. How you doing? And another goes down, and another goes down, and another one bites the dust. There we go. apologize for the singing. It's probably not the best. One of the few times they're not carrying something useless. Well, relatively useless. Interesting. Oh. Of course, something would end up. Could have sworn I dropped off more stuff than that. Let's see here. What do we have that I don't? That can go. Unless it's a wolf pelt. Any pelts can go. Gotta hold on to the drums. There are reasons for that. Food. Gotta keep the cabbages. What do we have here we don't need? Dwarven armor? Dwarven armor. That can go. That saved a bunch of our weight right there. Yay. Huh. So we've had people kind of stepping in and stepping out as we go, and that's okay. I kind of understand that. I do appreciate those that do stop in. Yeah, I had to take that flute. Had to. For Scanlan. Scanlan Shorthaul. We tend to not do like serious walkthroughs or run-throughs of anything in particular. We mostly just are here to have some fun, play some games, and if folks want to join us for that, awesome. If other things come up, well, we understand that. And if we're not quite your cup of tea, well, we get that too. That's why there's plenty of streams available. But to those who do stop in, thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. Yeah, that's what I was talking about as far as the stealth. I mean, that thing popped up right in front of me and still couldn't see me. Hey, I figured that's where you were. Another flute. Cool. The spears I'm mostly just picking up at random because why not? I'll move this way first. Yeah, sneak attack. I'm reminded of Critical Role, Campaign 1. Toward the beginning. I don't need a plate. Got plenty of plates. I have a bunch of houses. But I can, taking the ale, use this to possibly bypass some of the trouble. Now that one. I don't want to stand up because I want to keep all my stealth going. Maybe I'll search down there afterwards. We'll see. Oh, okay, so there's a way up from there no matter what. Good to know. Do that real quick, just because I'm right here. And now we start looking for the black book. And once we find the black book, then we enter whatever otherworldly plane. Okay, random stuff just left on the ground. That's not concerning whatsoever. Take that. And that. And stop moving. They thought they could surprise me. I don't know what that is. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. There was a bit of an issue with my phone. Not that I usually pay a whole lot of attention to it, because I have no service, so I can't use it for anything. Got my arrow back. That's always good. Potion of True Shot. Might come in handy. I do tend to use archery a lot, although I tend to be reasonably good with my bow, so I probably won't need the potion. I don't need the ruined books. I believe I have all of those. Just here for a bit of a very chill. It's a lot of copies of the same thing. Did I see another book mixed in there? I did. There's a tome of telekinesis just mixed in with that pile. That's kind of funny. I believe I already have that spell. I do. Cool. That's a book I can just throw on my shelf then. I mean, I could sell it, but why? I can set one bookshelf that's just spell tomes. It's not like I don't have enough books for it. Yeah, I'll be able to get through there. No problem. Too far? No, not far enough. There we go. Yeah, having that skeleton key is always helpful. I mean, I will need to turn it in. Like a good nightingale. But until then, I'm gonna make good use of it. Huh. That's one book I've never seen before. Good one to add to the collection then, I guess. Now again, for the most part, we usually don't do quests very much. But we do wander around, do dungeon crawls, and quests do get done. We just have less of a focus on it. We're more about entertainment value than anything else. That and just being able to chill and relax. Life is difficult. Work's a pain. And stressful. So why not just be able to kick back, play some games, and talk to folks? At least that's how we look at it. Wow, you just keep taking shot after shot too, huh? Where? I don't see it. Oh, way over there. Nice throw, man. Oh, I was off. There we go. Where's the other one? I'm gonna guess he's down below, most likely. Here we go. I'll take that. Is he up there? He is up there. Huh, I missed him. Oh well. Howdy, Soloidvania. Welcome. Always glad to see folks stopping in. It has been a long day, but it's been a productive day, so I'll call that good, I guess. Okay, I can't just... There's a shout. It's through there, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so... I'm hoping this just matches up like that. Although, it'd be kind of dumb for them to make it that easy, wouldn't it? Wait, there's one missing. There's a cabbage. Gotta take the cabbage. What's in here? Carrots. Oh no, that was right. Okay, so there's a symbol missing. Am I gonna have to guess? Probably. Okay, then I'll check out a few things real quick before I risk it. Just in case there's another clue that I somehow missed. Because it would suck to end up walking into something and being like, oh wait, the answer was right there. It was right there the whole time. Maybe not. Hey, I can mine that one. Cool. Well, I can at least get that taken care of, and while I'm getting that done, I can try and think of where else that clue might be. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to trial and error it. Not that that's really an issue, but... There we go. And some gold for that bit of work. Oh, wait, but there's a up here. And if there's an up here, then that means there might be a clue up here. I have no idea why I keep grabbing all the spears, but I do. Not really worried about most of this. Didn't mean to grab the plate, but oh well. Yeah, today I had we had a film shoot again, which and one of our D&D players, his brother's back from China or Japan or something, so no game night tonight, and I ended up late to... I'm taking all of that. I know I'm too heavy to run, but that's fine. I'll find something to drop. I mean, I've got plenty of extras. I want to keep that ebony bow, though. That can go easy. Yeah, that'll work for now. I'm still not seeing... Oh, there it is. The whale. Haha. They tried to get me, but I kept looking. Okay. Yay, another dragon shout. Huh. Anything else? Okay, that one. Oh, it's axe. Cool. Wow. Okay, so Apparently, I actually do need to try and find more dragons. Usually, they just kind of run into me. Wow. What can I get all of right now? We'll go with that one. Didn't realize I had so many shouts already. It's kind of surprising. And I was able to empty that and keep everything on me. Okay, the book should be over this way. Where are you, book? There's the book. Yeah, that doesn't look creepy at all. That's another black book retrieved. Okay. Definitely want to be careful here. It has been a while since I've had to deal with any of the stuff dealing with the black books, so yeah, I'm a little... Huh. Good to know. Is there nothing... Really? No way. Oh, okay. So we're gonna have multiple chapters here, it looks like. I better stay hidden then. There we go. I should probably charge Haven. Huh. Expected that to need more. Actually, that's the one that needs... Wow, I didn't realize that bow was worth that much. Took down a lurker without it even having a chance. That is surprising. Left or right? Let's try left first. Oh, looks like left is the correct way. Let's try right first. There's a book here too. Chapter 3. I could have gone the other way, but I don't know if I'd want to trust it. Oh, it was a trap. Wow. Sure, why not? So... I'm guessing this guy, this Daedra, whatever the heck it is it's kind of like the archives from the Dresden Files. Or the archive, sorry. They just, anything that's ever written, they just automatically pick up in their brain. It's kind of a trip. My voice sounds really gravelly today for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Well, we gotta get out of here. I gotta try and remember which houses that we own. I know there's Lakeview, Winstead, and Hilyarkin, which are the 3 you can build. But I've also got at least... Nice try, dude. I see him hiding over there. But I also have at least one of the ones that you can just purchase. Which I believe is the one in White... I want to say Whitestone, and that's not right. Whitestone is Critical Role. I know that's not right. A scaled helmet? That's not really all that much weight. Keeping not the brave. Yikes. There's got to be something else I can... Ooh, I can drop the quill. I know that's not really going to give me a whole lot of weight difference there, but it's a start. Okay, so there is going to be a puzzle here. Yeah, I love this armor. Oh, that's the fake, isn't it? Or the clone. Nope. That wasn't nice of them. That's just a font of Magicka. Nope. Oh. I'm gonna have to drop stuff again. Okay, somehow I need to get that open. Oh, I think I see how. Too much stuff. Okay, raise zombie I can drop. I've got plenty of copies of that. That one and that one. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Okay, yeah. So there's gonna be a bit of a puzzle here. Font of stamina. That would have been helpful earlier when I needed more bow work. that open? This one? This one. I think it's this one. Yep. Is this open now? There it is. Finally. Run. Oh. What can I bring myself to leave? I mean, I can make another ebony bow. Actually, the easiest would just be to drop that. I have the Nordic pickaxe, or the ancient Nordic pickaxe, or whatever the heck it is. And that has a tendency to work with the stall rim along with all the other stuff too. So I only need one pickaxe. Keep expecting something to jump up, or at least jump out at me. So think like a rogue. Take a look at things before you just we got another puzzle coming up. Oh no. There we go. Okay, so that's not what I needed to get to. Like leaning and looking, like I'll actually be able to see around the corners here. Wait, now I'm right back where I was, right? And that's still closed. So if I go this way, is it gonna turn the other way then? Yup. I was doing that strictly so I could get the 3 times damage, because sneak attack. That's something that clearly carried over from Dungeons and Dragons. Hey, that wasn't nice. My arrow went straight through him and didn't do any damage. Weight's getting up there again. We still need to pick up the black book itself. I don't know how heavy that thing is. We'll find out. Because that's how things work. And now I go back this way. I do. So, what have I learned? Whoa. Not yet. That would be really helpful. Sometimes. Bardic knowledge. Kinda prefer the Dremora Merchant. I don't know, what do you folks think? A Dremora Merchant to trade? Or a Dremora Butler to carry excess stuff? What do you think would be more useful? I kinda like the market one a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that myself. I mean, Elder Scrolls in general to me. Trade? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Go with that one. Of course, then I'll end up carrying the book anyway, so I can go back and change that anytime I want. Works for me. And now I can just leave. So yeah, today's filming for the... Oh, I'm already carrying the black book. I completely forgot about that. Okay, I have to go back to one of the houses anyway. So... just, at the very least, just to drop all this stuff off. Because I'm carrying so much. The library is back at... Lakeview? Lakeview. Which, I know Skyrim has all its own names for all the rivers and lakes and stuff, but I call it Lake Dave. I'll go talk to this guy real quick. I'll run back to town. It's not the house that I'll be dropping stuff off at, but we do have a house here. Ooh, there's enemies nearby. Time to go combat mode. I don't need potatoes. Okay, if there's enemies, where are they? Ooh, did I hear a dragon? I'm hearing it. I'm not seeing it. Where are you, dragon? Sounds. There you are. elder dragon? Okay, so I don't know who the dragon's fighting, but I'll let them kill each other. Okay. No worries at all. No worries at all. Do what you gotta do, and we'll be here doing as much of this as we can. Where are you, dragon? I'm not worried about that thing. Where's the dragon? Always better to still be around. I mean, I know things can be tough and particularly difficult when struggling with something like that. But I at least am glad you're here, and I'm sure that you have other people in your life that are also glad you're still here, so we'll call that a win. Where? I lost it again. Come on, dragon. You're an elder dragon. Somebody like me shouldn't scare you. He's trying to circle around me. Come on, dragon. I'm in your territory. Come get me. Whoa. I'll take all that. Okay, dragon, you're not gonna come to me. That's fine. I'll just raid your stuff and leave. I know I'm moving really, really slow, but I just remembered how I can deal with that. Hopefully be able to actually get out of here quicker. And down it went. Need the soul gems because I gotta be able to charge my stuff. Keep in mind that the house building is the Hearth Fire DLC. That's the one that allows you to actually buy the land and then start building. But it does help boost your forging skill and gain you some quick levels. I need, what spell? Conjuration. Yep, that's my horse. Whoa, that would have been bad. You never seen Arvac? Yeah, you can only get them from the Soul Cairn, which means you need the Dawn Guard DLC for that one. Wait, did I kill the dragon?
Deep. They're in my head. They're stuck in there. The secrets. I know things. Hidden things. Things you aren't supposed to know.
Are you sure?
You don't believe me. No one does. They don't want to. I don't want to either. But I can't help it. They're in my head.
Oh, I'm gonna have to summon Arvac all over again.
Secret hidden things. The secret kind.
What? Duh.
The black book. It shoved them in there with black, slick fingers. My
I already
fingers
have a
have been
bunch of
short.
them.
I can't get them out. Oh no, I didn't find it. It found me. Here, I'll show you. See? Right there. But don't go there. Never should have come here.
Really, dude? Now you're gonna attack me?
Enough!
I've never seen that cutscene before. That was... wow. Summoned horse. Every time I do that, it reminds me of, well, on the one hand, it was, playing through 3-4 times, stumbling across things on accident during those. I had a good friend that helped point me in certain directions, every so often. The Elder Scrolls Wikipedia, or the Elder Scrolls Wiki, is extremely helpful. Just depends on what you're looking to do. Until I moved here to Omaha 3 years ago, I didn't have access to any of the DLCs, so I hadn't had a chance to explore the Dawn Guard and the vampire storyline, or Hearthfire and building the houses, or even, let's see, this is the Dragonborn DLC, which gives you access to the island of Solstheim, which is where I am now, which also gives you... No, put the weapon away. There we go. Which also gives you, once you do a little bit of work, your own home right here on Solstheim. Which this way I can drop some stuff off and then go back to the other houses so I can drop off all those books, among other things. This is the main location. Once you enter a house here on Solstheim, you have your ground level. Most of it seems built underground. I'm assuming that's to help with temperature regulation, as it seems to be a very volcanic and desert kind of island. But it has a full setup of forge and all that, so you can fix all your armor and upgrade and all that neat stuff. And then over here, I haven't really explored this particular house all that much. I mean, I did once when I kind of broke in and stole from it. This just looks like a bedroom, maybe servants' quarters. Over here, of course, would be the enchanting and alchemy. No, just enchanting. Which, plenty of stuff to hang weapons that have been picked up. Speaking of, haha, I can do this. Whoops. Is there a shield? Is there a magic shield? Helmet. Elven shield of waning magic. That'll work. That takes care of that. That'll work. Oh, that's a cool looking sword. I like that sword. Don't have another shield to put up with it, but that's fine. Anything else enchanted here? Not that I don't already carry anyway. Okay then, that takes care of that. Over here is all the alchemy stuff. This would be the main bedroom, I guess. Plenty of display. Oh yeah, and this is all the different armors I've picked up here on Solstheim. Which some of them are kind of interesting. One of these is regular color, the other is like a darker, almost black. Well, some of the building is there, it's just done in a different way. It's kind of weird. This was one of the main bad guys I'd had to fight and kill. Oh, now that I've actually dropped off enough to be able to move without an issue, then I don't think we'll have to worry about dropping anything off per se. Everything else has already been kind of set aside. So, we will run out here. We will head back to Skyrim itself. I did play a little bit of Skyrim years ago. When we had the Xbox and I was living in Maine, but I really didn't get very far with it. My games were more Skyrim, American McGee's Alice, things like that. Since I've moved here and started playing with the PlayStation 3, and more recently the PlayStation 4 that has been loaned to us, I've been learning some games that I haven't been able to. Yeah, I can understand that too. Some of the designs for
Wait, I know
like the
you.
things you can build for it are really cool, but I'd rather jump into something more like Skyrim, where I can wander and just, I don't know, learn something new as I go. Because every time I play this, I find something I've never seen before. Some games are like that. It just depends on the person, I guess. Let's see, I want to jump back to Lakeview. This would be this is the only house for this particular hold. Winterhold, I think, is the other main one that you end up having to deal with. And at least at first, maybe. I can't remember. No, the college is at Winterhold. Whiterun. That's the one I've been trying to think of. We have the house at Whiterun. I know I bought that one. And I believe I bought the one at Solitude. Okay, so here's our foyer, our little entrance room. I don't really have anything for the display case, and I've just been kind of dumping things in that first chest. This is our main hall and dining room.
Long life to you, Thane.
And to you, what's your name again? Rhea. This is the enchanting tower, ground floor. This would be I guess the main family. Minecraft tends to be a bit more for the creative. Skyrim is more for the, I really want something specific to do, but I'll build and design my armor and weapons and stuff as I go the way I want them. So you still get the creativity, but it's a little more structured with Skyrim, while Minecraft seems a little more unstructured and can seem a bit more chaotic, I guess. This would be like the family kitchen area. This here is the ground floor for the alchemy tower. Yeah, we'll do the cellar real quick. The library tower is just loaded with bookshelves all the way through. I don't think I have, yeah, I'm nowhere close to having this finished. These are the various, yep. That's 5 of them. I don't think I have all of them yet. Ale. Gotta take the ale for grog. Like I take the flutes and the drums for Scanlan. This is the forge that I've put in. The basement of each of these houses is all pretty much the same no matter what. And those refill every so often. So it's always good to come back here for that. But yeah, you can do all your forging and stuff right here at the house and not have to go anywhere. I don't remember Riften. Okay. I need a Riften shield to put on him. Now that means that a Riften guard had to be killed for me to get that armor. No, I didn't kill them. I could have, but I didn't. This, of course, is the ground floor for the library. And then upstairs we have all the main library stuff. But I believe I have all those shelves, like, full. And I haven't actually gone through lots of stuff I can't drop yet, because I don't sit there going through quest after quest. I just kind of grab stuff and keep going. Eventually it'll let me start dropping those books, and once I can, well, they'll just probably end up with their own bookshelf, depending on what they are. This is the upper floor, I guess, for the main hall. This would be the enchantment tower upstairs. This is the Markarth guard. Yeah, I try and keep things along a particular theme when I put the house together. Mostly because it helps me with inventory. Although, admittedly, I'm easily at the point of the game where I don't really need anything. Here's the alchemy tower. Oh yeah, I can drop off like everything here. That'll take some of that weight off of me. But with the way the inventory is with this game and how you can easily end up with way more stuff than you will ever need, ever use, or ever be able to sell, then it's more about, let's have some fun with it at least. That's why I collect the flutes and the drums specifically for Scanlan, and the ale for Grog, and cabbages for Brian W. Foster, and the books for Caleb. Anybody who's watched enough of these notices that I almost never use most of these unless it's a health thing. Oh, that cure disease would probably be helpful too. Let's store a couple just in case. Stamina is always helpful because need that for aiming and that kind of thing. Don't really need that. I could probably just keep the minor ones. Because I rarely use magic directly. Keeping that. Yeah, that took a lot of extra weight off of there too, which is always good. That just means I can pick up more stuff. I also want to thank everybody who has been in chat lately. It's been very helpful. Helps get our averages up. And we are getting there. But yeah, all the bedrooms are up here too. But with all the houses that I have a tendency to sometimes forget what is where. So that's another reason why I try and keep things specifically organized, where certain things will go in specific houses, and in specific containers in those houses. Especially if it's something I'm trying to keep an eye on the numbers of. Is it this one? Winstead. Yep. So that's the next one. That was Lakeview Manor by Lake Dave. Also, my naming conventions for enchanted weapons can be a bit weird sometimes. But it's all done on purpose. There's always a meaning behind it. Even if it's a weird one and it's only funny to me.
You lost?
This is my house, buddy, and you know it.
Honored to see you again, my friend.
Now he recognizes me. I have my own bard at this one. Here's the kitchen. Okay. So, let's put the cabbages away. I want to hold on to that extra one. And this is our kitchen here. Store. Back here for the wines. Wait. Yes, okay. Couldn't remember if I was keeping my high-end wine somewhere else. Oh. Again, the basic layout is still the same. Back here, however, is the trophy room. This is how I honored all those wolves that kind of forced me to have to kill them. Same basement as the other one. Yeah, I know exactly how that is. I was never able to afford anything unless it was a gift. At least when it came to perfect. At least when it came to most things, I had to hold off. See, I got my first Nintendo as a gift for Christmas. First time I actually bought a system, it was when we got my kids the Xbox 360 about 4 or 5 years ago. And that was it. So yeah, this is the this should be the greenhouse, but I guess less windows. And then upstairs is a little different as well. You'll notice there is no door to the outside here at all. So that this section just stays a nice tightly... Oh, I haven't given you armor yet? Good to know. And yet I still have the alchemy lab and the enchanting table at this house as well. So each of the houses all have a forge. Oh, forgot to walk around the outside of the other one too. I mean, it is kind of late, but I figured might as well do a bit of a stream as I was up anyway, and we'd missed doing much of that today. More of the forge stuff out here. There's another pickaxe. You can do a lot of the mining and stuff to get the basics to build your house right here. There's your smelter. And then down here, this one. Oh, there's your clay. And over here, you have a fish hatchery. So that you can come in here and actually pick up fish that you've dropped in, and that way if there's something you need for something or other, you have it all set. The Lakeview house, there's some more clay right there. The Lakeview house has the beehive, I believe. Yeah, I enjoy the fact that they allow this sort of thing as part of it. Hiljarken Hall here. It is the third of the houses you can build. The main design is the same regardless. Ooh, snowstorm coming in. The other thing to keep an eye out for is bandits, giants, and other threats will show up. So do be careful about that. Let's see what each one gets something special added to it. This one, I mean, the stable and stuff is all stuff you can add. Oh yeah, this has the grain mill. Also, I set this particular design up to have a upper balcony that wraps all the way around the structure. So you can get a full walk around while upstairs. Gotta love the way they programmed the scenery. That is just amazing. Step in out of the snow. Being Khajiit, I've got a bunch of fur, so yeah, I can handle the snow. Now let's see how long it takes before the kids realize I'm home.
You're home.
That didn't take
I got you a
long.
present, Papa. I hope you like it.
Cool. Yes, you can adopt children. And they can adopt pets. So that can be a little odd. Death brand stuff. I'll take the gem. Again, the enchantment and the alchemy tables down there. These doors all lead to the outside now because of the way the balcony, the upstairs balcony was set. You'll notice the same bedroom setup up here. The difference, however, is you come down here. This is the armory. Crocker, Vince, Dave, Buster. I don't know if anybody's going to recognize any of that. Vaxeldon, who we take the daggers for. Because dagger, dagger, dagger. Vexalia, who we take the arrows for. And the money. And the money, let's be fair. I think I have all my daggers in here. Well, most of my daggers in here. Whoops. So we can drop off some of these. Dagger. One dagger. That seemed a little weak. Okay, then back here we have general storage room. I think I tend to put the musical instruments in here. Yes, okay. Flutes, drums, lutes. I can't put that one away yet. That's all the ones I can put away for now. Over here is the girls' room. They're asleep. That's one of their pets. It's a pet fox. One at one point had gotten a pet. Generally, not necessarily. If you just drop them on a shelf or something, they won't necessarily stay on that shelf. You might find them scattered across the floor somewhere. For the most part, I just try and keep them in chests. Even the ones you put up on the on these racks and stuff don't always necessarily stay in place, but it still looks cool. I'll put them up regardless. This, however, this comes from the Dawn Guard DLC. This is a dog, although it looks like a husky, which makes me say dog. It barks, which makes me say dog. But that tail does not curve up over the dog's back, so that tells me wolf. So I don't know what the heck's going on here. And I can get him to follow me. As if he were a companion. But I can also have a companion in addition to the dog. So I can have them both with me at once. Which is kind of cool. Now, let's see. We have a house at Whiterun. Whiterun. Where's Whiterun? Is that Whiterun? No, that's Windhelm. Whiterun's over here. Isn't it? There it is. Got lost for a minute. I'm so out of practice with Skyrim. Being off air for over a month, little over a month, really messes with things. Scheduling. I was gonna say, did that kid just run into my house? Can't run into my house, kid. Although you can only adopt 2 kids. Now here, I don't think I've actually been here since I bought the place and decorated it. So I'm not really sure what is here. Oh, apparently I've been here once. Because I knocked something over. I'll leave the books there for now. I don't see a sweet roll. Oh, there's a cabbage. Have to take the cabbage. Well, I do appreciate it, and I certainly appreciate you checking in with us about it. Whoops. I just knocked that all over the floor, didn't I? Things were a little rough. There were definitely mental aspects that were in there, and physical aspects as far as health, that needed to be dealt with. But just kind of one of those things where just need a little time to adjust kind of thing. Currently, Miss Adika, due to issues with Blizzard currently, Miss Adika has been kind of holding off on doing her usual streams just because we honestly can't really afford any kind of backlash regardless of their reasons. Oh, I completely forgot you were here, Lydia. You know what, Lydia? You need to
I am your sword and your shield.
stay here because you have a tendency to get yourself killed. This would be the master bedroom, but Lydia can have it. She'll keep track of the house for me. Yeah, things, September is always rough for me, in particular. My dad died September 1st, 1988, and his 29th birthday would have been exactly 13 days after that. And that always makes the week leading up to, or the couple of weeks leading up to the beginning of September, all the way through the end of September, very, very difficult. But I do my best to try and deal with it as best I can. And then we've also been behind on a lot of our tabletop stuff, so I figured since we're dealing with some issues, we'll stay off the air for a little bit, take a brief hiatus, and focus on the things that are majorly important to get done. Okay, let's get a bow here. At least I didn't hit anybody.
Keep your hands to yourself.
I was trying to deal with the...
We should have the festival soon.
I'm not really gonna say anything one way or the other, but... I mean, it's not really my place. What I do know is that sometimes people say things on platforms that aren't theirs, and that's what tends to cause issues. Okay, so I did actually end up owning this house already. I was like, did I just come to a house I haven't bought yet? Because that would be really funny, actually. How dumb would that be, to walk into a place and be like, okay, and we have this house here, and oh, I don't own it yet. It happens. I can kind of understand that. In a lot of cases, it's word of mouth. But if you think about it, when Star Wars was first released, that was entirely nothing but word of mouth. And look at the audiences that showed up for opening day, even for that. Just means getting a hold of the right people and...
The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl. It's an honor to serve you.
Cool. I've got another one, too.
The title of Thane is an honor, a gift for your service.
I didn't know I had a housecarl for this house yet.
To your service. I'll guard you and all you own with my life.
With your life? Really? Should we test that? Nah, will be nice. One of the really nice things about this particular place, though, is you get a third story. That's some nice lighting for the room, too. I have a very particular design for a custom home. It'll be a long time before I can put it into effect, but I think it'd be kind of cool in the long run. Okay. I'm gonna have my character take a quick sleep here, and at least as far as the character, because it's been a while since my Khajiit has actually slept. That, and I was waiting for this. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Sleep well. Doesn't
I know
matter.
this one.
You're warm, dry, and still very much alive. That's more than can be said for old Grandma.
Gonna need to take a very short break here, just a
Half of
minute,
Skyrim
but
goes. Old hag gets butchered in her
it
own
won't be for
orphanage.
long, promise.
Things like that tend to get around. Oh, but don't misunderstand. I'm not criticizing. It was a good kill. Old Crone had it coming. And you saved a group of urchins to boot. But there is a slight...
This is the
problem.
beginning of the Assassin's Guild, but I'm gonna take a quick break, really quick here. Give me a few minutes, and we will be back in just a few. They've walked you through Horizon Zero Dawn, through The Last of Us, and through For Honor. This summer, one man, one horde, one motorcycle, many locations with an open world map, and one very large arsenal. When the dust settles at the end of the day, who will remain standing?
One of these poor sods is a contract.
Will it be Deacon St. John? Or those he stands against? Find out for yourself at twitch.tv/WildWolfGaming1. Stay wild, everyone. In the video game streaming system, viewers are represented by two distinct groups: the gamers who provide walkthroughs and compete for wins, and the entertainers who provide nonsense and fun. These are the games of the Insomnia Squad. Doink Doink by Mike Post. Come to twitch.tv/wolvesdengames and click the follow button. That way you will be notified for further games by the Insomnia Squad. Sorry about that short little delay there.
Can you figure as the contract? Which one will you choose?
But yeah, we'll get there. We're working on it.
I can hear you talking out there. Please let me go. What? Oh, God. I don't want to die. Okay, well, I guess it's possible. I've been selling my sword arm for years now. Killed a lot of people.
He sounds rather afraid for somebody with the name The Fearless.
But you're not going to kill me, right? My name is Full-Time. I'm a soldier. Well, mercenary, really. You know, a sellsword. I've lived in Skyrim all my life. That's all. I'm a nobody, really. So, can't you just let me go? What did I do? Please.
Excuse me. What kind of question is that? I'm a woman living in Skyrim with 6 children and no husband. I don't have the time or the patience to be... Do some people look down on me? Have I made some enemies? You're damn right. None of your damn business who I am. If you're going to kill me, just do it already. Esmara is my witness. If I didn't have this hood on
Whoever
right
this is,
now,
clearly we got off on the wrong
right in
foot.
your face.
But no worries. Me? Are you serious? The real question is, would someone pay to have me killed again? A day goes by without someone trying to cut me in the street. I get disappointed.
He's expecting it.
Varsha, at your service. Obtainer of goods, taker of... Have you not heard of me? Perhaps I will have my people carve my name in your corpse as a reminder. Tell you what, you release me and I promise my associates will not cut you down like an animal and put...
Get me out of here!
The conniving Khajiit. Cat like that was sure to have enemies. It's no wonder you chose him. When most would speak, you listen.
It's usually the best answer for that one.
Understand that the only thing that matters is you following my orders. To kill. Of course. And you've repaid your debt in full. Here's the key to the shack. But why stop here?
Oh, apparently I get to keep this place too.
We take our relationship to the next.
Yet another home.
I would like to officially extend to you, in the southwest reaches of Skyrim, in the Pine Forest, you'll find the entrance to our sanctuary. It's just beneath the road, hidden from view. When questioned by the Black Door, answer with the correct passphrase, "Silence, my brother." Then you're in, and your new life begins. I'll see you at home. Remember, the sanctuary is in the southern Pine Forest.
Okay.
Just beneath the road and away from prying eyes.
So this place is mine now. She said I get the key to it. Cabbages. Finally, we're finding cabbages again. I have no idea why I took that. I just wanted to have it, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, the way the way things get all muffled and silent and peaceful in a proper snow. That's always interesting. It gives an interesting feeling. Granted, I've gone out for walks in the middle of the night with the snow coming down, just walking around Maine, just to clear my head and that kind of thing. I have no idea where I'm gonna head at the moment. I think that's all the houses that we currently have. Well, we can at least get that marked off because it's on the map now. Yeah, I mean, I'm the kind of person who could find beauty just about anywhere, but there are certain things I have, due to things that I have survived in my lifetime. There are some things that, while I may find a certain beauty or understanding in the events or in the image, I'm not necessarily comfortable with it. I don't know, it can be hard to explain. Granted, certain dark topics are things that I find not to be necessarily avoided, because bad things happen. And if all you do is avoid dealing with those sometimes, then you don't really have a way around it. Okay, I need a different weapon if I'm dealing with them. This whole stun ability is extremely helpful when dealing with some of these more oh, I guess I had already gotten that. Like, I can handle a lot of things involving bad things that happen during, like, military actions and that kind of thing. Doesn't mean that I necessarily like what happened, but I can kind of understand what some of the people have gone through, and I'm more willing to learn from what had happened. Right. Right. Like, for example, I don't necessarily find a death to be necessarily a bad or an ugly thing. I mean, a pack of wolves hunting, yeah, that can look extremely brutal and violent, but in a certain kind of light, there's also a certain kind of beauty to it. It's a dance of survival, where one side or the other is gonna be a little bit better. And it's pretty much how all of life is, except, I don't know, nowadays people seem to have forgotten that just your day-to-day, the day-to-day struggle is something we all deal with, regardless. I mean, yeah, thanks to technology and other things, there are certain things about that struggle for survival that's become a lot easier. But for some other people, it doesn't necessarily help. Once we're able to understand again that human beings are human beings, I'm not trying to get any kind of quest done, I just wanted to get to the place and get it marked off. Life is difficult enough. People have enough struggles to deal with on a day-to-day basis. There's no need to add more to make things more difficult. I mean, for example, given the chance, I have no problem whatsoever with just leaving everybody alone. And I do mean everybody. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a pacifist. I'm the type who will fight to defend myself, my family. I need this one. There, the wolf will leave me the hell alone now. People tend to go through a lot on a daily basis, and a lot of people, unfortunately, thanks to technology and the sudden need to be seen and heard by all at all times, thanks to like Twitter and Facebook and all of that, people constantly looking for validation from absolute strangers instead of looking for validation within themselves and within the people who mean the most to them, or at least who they mean the most to. If we could get back to that mentality, it might make a huge difference in the lives of a lot of people. At least that's my view. I'm a bit weird in that aspect. I mean, from a Zen perspective, everything's connected. The air you breathe out is the same air that gets breathed in by both your friends and your enemies. So it's all the same. And until we can remember that, I think we as human beings are going to be in a lot of trouble for a long, long time. Which is unfortunate, because we can be better than that. We've proven that time and again, and yet we also end up turning around and doing the opposite for no good reason. I have no idea where I am right now. I'm just wandering the map. Yeah. Yeah. I've been homeless before. I've had to scrounge for things before, and it's certainly not easy. Huh. Where am I guess that is the edge of the map right there. I didn't realize that. Huh. Yeah. And there are a lot of people who are thinking that, or seem to think, that certain people haven't been through major hardships just because of various reasons. And honestly, everybody, there are people from all groups who have had to deal with it, who have had to struggle with, oh yeah, that's actually kind of where our little company came from, is exactly that. After the car accident that caused the brain damage that ended my writing career, and me falling into a very deep and dark depression because of it. Uh-oh, another dragon. I was in really, really bad shape, and a friend of mine suggested, hey, there's this show on Twitch that you should check out. And I watched my first episode of Critical Role. And that's when I realized, I want to try playing D&D. So, about a month after that, I ended up playing in my first D&D game. Did horribly. Not gonna lie. As a rogue, I ended up rolling, actually just like this. I ended up doing a roll right into a couple of goblins who stabbed me and killed me. Luckily, there was somebody with the Revivify spell who brought me back immediately after, before I bled out completely. But yeah, it was kind of interesting to die in my very, very first game, and my first thought was, I want to play some more. After the second game, I ended up as the dungeon master and realized, one, my depression was a lot easier to deal with. If there's no one around, is it really stealing the horse? I guess we'll find out. It was after Critical Role and getting into that and playing my first couple of games, and then DMing my first game, that I realized that 20 plus years worth of work that I had put into the novels and the series that I had started writing doesn't necessarily have to all go to waste. That I could actually do something with it. And from the research that we had done and watching a lot of Critical Role, a few other channels, we started making our own tabletop role-playing games. Real cheap, simple stuff, honestly. Nothing major. But it was still starting at nothing and going, well, there's this. Despite everything that's happened, despite having lost almost everything, I can still make a game. And it went from first the one game down to getting a second game out, getting started on a third major game design, and then expanding from there, all from, well, mainly all from having watched some nerdy ass voice actors sit down and roll some dice for 4 hours. And now we've got our 50 followers. I mean, I know the thing doesn't quite say it right, and I don't know why, but Twitch, according to Twitch, it does count as the full 50, and that's good enough for me. So if we can get our average up to 3 viewers per stream, minimum, then that, I believe, is the point where we start getting, where this starts becoming more than just trying to make do and make use of our downtime, basically. Essentially, us getting as far as we have in the past 4 months is much further than expected. And we have come quite a ways from nothing so far. Okay, we need some health here. That'll work. Let's see. And we'll... Whoops. Need a weapon. Well, yeah, we do have... We are planning on eventually being able to get those up on a stream. But that is going to take some work and some extra cameras, probably some mics. I'm sure we'll get there. And at least one of the games is also going to be redesigned into a cooperative card game system. Game adventure books. I don't think I know those very well. As far as D&D by yourself, I know that there are some of them out there that do have solitaire adventures. I haven't run across any, although that might be a good idea of something to look into. As far as a design for us to keep an eye on. Solitaire style adventures, a way to kind of play D&D on your own in case you don't have anybody around. Occasionally we do a charity stream. I've DM'd a couple of those. Usually they're just general basic these kinds of streams when we do those, but they don't necessarily have to be. It's just, you have a lot more chances for technical difficulties with trying to get multiple people on a D&D stream if they're not all at the same table. Let's see. One of them is... There's a pack of wolves in a den, and the wolf pups have decided they're gonna run off and go play. And they've decided not to let anybody know.
I know I heard something.
That took care of it, even if all you saw was the rock wall. But since the pups have decided to wander off and explore, as pups will do, it is the group's job as the pack of wolves to go track down the lost wolf pups. And while they are wolves, it's also a tabletop game. So they're not going to be your just basic wolf. They're going to be like the hacker wolf or the driver wolf or that kind of thing. Things that kind of play into that whole concept but give you something to work with. And then it's just up to the pack master to keep track of the basic rules of the game and to come up with where the pups are actually located and what kind of obstacles that the group might run into along the way. One of the other games is imagine a small group of kids. And when I say kids, I'm talking like 8 to 10 years old. Maybe even 6 to 10 years old. And they're taken to a wedding. Kids have no interest in weddings. But what they might have an interest in is that gigantic cake that they tend to have at weddings. So picture like the Muppet Babies or the Rugrats or any of those kinds of kids with the real vivid imaginations at one of these weddings and scheming to go steal that ginormous cake for themselves. That's what the second game's all about, with the game master being in charge of keeping track of environment and the types of obstacles and people who might be working to prevent said kids from being able to get to the cake. Things like that. Wizards of the Coast had, for a while, put out a Star Wars game using D&D rules. There are quite a few different games out there that utilize the D20 system. There are other RPGs that use other types of systems. One that I had heard of but hadn't run across any of the books for just yet. I am hoping to eventually, but there's a role-playing game for the Firefly TV series, which I find absolutely amazing and kind of hilarious considering. As for me, I aim to misbehave. Semi-obscure film reference there. No dagger. Pretty sure there was something I was supposed to do before coming here, but I can't remember, and honestly, I don't really care. Because again, I'm more on a exploration kick than anything else. Oh, I know what this is. I'm supposed to bring the dog here. something up here. Offhand, I would guess 25, maybe? I mean, it can be difficult to guess, especially over internet.
We're routed! Fall back!
Did I get him? I got him. I got the dog. Yay. Guess I didn't really need all that stuff. Oh well. I will be 40 in February. I don't know if I look it or not, but yeah, I will be 40 in February. And Miss Adika's ahead of me by a little bit.
By all means, let's hear it. It's the least I could do since you already helped me grant one final wish for my last worshippers.
What? Wait.
They were suffering so from vampirism and begged me for a cure. Then you came and ended their misery. I couldn't have planned it better myself. So, what's your heart's desire? What kind of deal can we strike? Oh, if I had my full power, granting that would be trivial.
Granting that would be trivial.
I'd simply snap my fingers and everyone in Skyrim would die.
Okay, that doesn't sound
resolved.
Right.
As much as I hate to say it, you're almost as powerful as I am right now. But that's just because half of my power resides in that mutt Barbas. Hey, come to think of it, I know of a win-win situation for both of us.
Technically, it's possible for both, in a way.
There's an axe. An incredibly powerful axe.
Interesting.
An axe powerful enough for me to have...
It's possible to have both an old soul and be a little underdeveloped in all kinds of areas.
No strings attached. No messy
I know I've had to
At least not for you.
retrain my brain to do quite a few things that I just didn't think I was capable of.
Little Mutt might even earn his place back
Just
at my
takes
side.
putting your mind to it and putting in the effort. Okay, so now I've got it. Now I've accidentally picked up yet another quest. I keep doing that. Wow. That's kind of an intense dragon. I don't know if you've ever seen the series Limitless. There are times where I feel like I'm Brian Finch. Yeah. I can definitely understand that too. Then there are... I mean, it also depends on who. I know that maybe it's due to time spent with me, but my kids seem rather mature for their age. I know that my dad did his best in the short time that I had with him. Oh, the dog's still with me, huh? Let's see. Oh, I haven't gone back to talk to him about that yet either. Let's get this axe real quick, and then we'll come back. I'm hoping this is the right one. Let's see. My oldest just started his senior year. My youngest... Give me a minute. Is 12. Wow. How the time flies. Unfortunately, my daughter and my youngest son are in one part of the country. My oldest is in another part of the country. And neither of those places are here with me. But maybe we'll be able to get that to change someday. Preferably soon. 'Cause I miss my kids. Because using fire against flame if you're too busy focused on the dog, then don't want to hit the dog.
Cannot best you.
That was annoying. But that's kind of one of the reasons why we're trying to get this whole business thing up and running and off the ground and actually making some money so that I can be able to at least go see my kids, cover those kinds of things, build a new home for them, those kinds of things. But that meant getting back on my own feet, both physically and mentally. Things like that, you know? Yeah. As long as they, I do my best to try and make sure that they know that I'm here for them as much as I can be. And while currently I might not be able to afford to come see them particularly as much as I would like, that I'm still here and they can always talk to me anytime about whatever, no matter what. There, that covers all of that. And now I can just leave. Woohoo! That was nice and easy. Yep. Yep. Actually, I've had that conversation with them already, which does kind of make me feel better, but doesn't make me miss them any less. I know that I wasn't at my best for a while, but takes time to be able to recover and be the person you need to be. And I let a lot of things get away from me, including my own health for quite a while. Depression's a bitch. It really is. But I have survived way too much, and I am far too stubborn to let anything stop me. Life will slow me down, but those are just obstacles. Obstacles are there to be overcome. At least that's my approach. And it took me a while to learn that, but the other thing to learn is also another Zen thing. That even though that whole concept of throwing a rock into the lake event, that once the rock is in the lake, the surface ends up becoming all still and whatnot again. But the thing to keep in mind is those ripples still spread out. They still touch a lot of different things, so. Yup. Stress is as destructive as depression. But again, I'm not one to let those obstacles slow me down for too long. It's all about finding the path over, under, around, or through. Okay, made it all way through.
Ah, you've got the axe. And my dog. Splendid. Excellent work. A hero and faithful companion retrieving the ancient artifact for the prince. It's almost storybook. Ah, but it almost seems a shame to give a weapon like that away, doesn't it? I suppose I could be persuaded to let you keep it. But only if you use the axe to kill Barbas. Simple as that. And I could absorb the spirit of poor dead Barbas. He'd still be reunited with me.
Yeah, worry can be a pain, and the brain has a tendency to sit there and go, no, 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 this needs to be worried about.
The choice is yours, friend.
And
we're all counting on you to make the right decision.
In
put him out of our misery.
Certain situations, that worry can be not necessarily justified, but at least understandable. I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't a game.
Absolutely. Now I can reabsorb his body and return to full power, all without having to listen to his whining. Oh, sure, he'll be back in a century or two. But think of the fun I can have till then. Enjoy that axe, and don't worry about poor old Barbas. After all, he really should have picked a better friend.
So he's blaming me. I mean, of course, that makes perfect sense, because he couldn't actually make me do anything. It was all my choice. I could sit there and try and blame him for it, but yeah, some worries, they get into your head, and it's difficult at best to be able to fight it. And then you start on a downward spiral, and then it goes from worry to anxiety to full-blown depression, and then you get the insomnia that comes with it. That just makes the depression worse, and they kind of feed on each other. I've been there. I spent years there. It's not fun. Wait, all of a sudden I'm carrying too much. I can drop both of those and that one. That's enough. Okay, now I gotta go back over to Solstheim to go talk to that one guy. Yeah, things can get extremely difficult as time goes on.
The Northern Maiden is shipshape and ready to go.
But again, it all comes back to the whole life is extremely difficult, and we gotta be. It's usually having the right support structure that is what gets us through it all. That support, whether it's friends, family, or even just a bunch of strangers you happen to be able to talk to and not feel judged. That alone can be enough to save lives.
Find them.
just fell. That can definitely be difficult and make things a lot harder for you. I haven't personally dealt with anything like that. Miss Adika is a better person to talk to in those kinds of terms. But if you can find the right program for you, the right help for you, I know it'll make a huge difference. I know that I came very close to becoming an alcoholic.
I wonder if a dragon could
And
be captured alive.
For me, it took
make a fascinating test subject.
my support structure, and
Mirak was a formidable opponent. I wonder what it would have been like.
it took
wet, you say? I suppose.
in addition, it took
yes, I
moving
can see how that would
here
have inverted the
to be close to my support structure.
Couldn't you simply avoid
That helped save a lot
no,
of that.
won't do. Can't have you forego bathing. The ashes can leave one a bit pungent.
Granted, now I drink a lot of
It's,
coffee,
obvious
but
you've been through them. Here, I'll just
I very rarely
Here's
have
a
any
bit of
kind of alcohol anymore,
should help mitigate
and
your
I'm good with that. Took me a while to have to
That's
handle
the
that kind of
Ashford
thing,
Mountain
but
holds a secret.
in the long
Excellent.
run, it
I'll just
turned
make
out
a
to be
copy
the
for myself. It's far too dangerous to carry the real book around. Of course you can handle yourself. Of course you can. Of course. Now take this for your efforts, and we'll call the matter closed.
I don't even need money anymore.
Hermaeus Mo, where the apparently time is
there
more
another one?
valuable if you're the Daedric Prince of Fate and Destiny.
Nope. Okay, let's see. Ouch. Well, I'm glad you're out of the hospital at this point. I do hope things get better for you, for sure, because that can be that can definitely be harsh. I'm struggling with quitting smoking now myself. Slowly, but I'm getting there. Oh, they're not even gonna show me. Didn't figure they'd show me where to look. Yeah. I can understand that as well. My ankles the way they are, I should be on all kinds of medications, but I'm not for a couple of different reasons. One, I'm afraid of ending up addicted to opiates. And two, well, with the divorce, I lost my medical insurance. So I couldn't afford to go to the doctor for help, even if I wanted to. And I'm not real big on hospitals. So I grit my teeth and I deal with it. And that's pretty much how I've dealt with things for years, because I just haven't really had much of a choice. Okay. Didn't I already find the black book in here? I don't recall. I could have sworn I had. Unless he hid it somewhere. Huh. That's unusual. I haven't heard of that one before. I mean, I know that that certain allergies have come up, but that's one I hadn't heard of. Okay, so where might this guy have stashed this black book? He's not carrying it. Let's see.
Things have been much calmer since you disposed of Ildare.
I do find it funny that so many places have legalized it more recently, or at least decriminalized it, I guess. And yet I still end up in one of the few places where it's still highly frowned upon. It's a little funny. I could have sworn I'd already grabbed this book, but maybe I hadn't. Either that or maybe the thing glitched again. It happens. Because I've already checked all this other stuff. Huh. I have no idea. I mean, I've done some research, debate classes and stuff, but that's one thing I really don't know a whole lot about on that end of things. Okay, so I've looked pretty much everywhere there is to look here. So unless it's up on top of something up here, I don't see... I don't think it's here. Might be here, but I don't think it's here. I think I already have it, and somehow it ended up in my list separately. 'Cause nothing there. And I'm really not thinking he's gonna put it in a chest out here. So yeah, I think yeah, that's usually a bad idea.
Good day, friend. Keeping well?
So for me, it's always been about health than anything else. Yeah, I can understand that. For me, it was more about helping to regulate sleep and eating, because I have a tendency to have issues with retaining body weight, and because of that, I have a tendency to have issues with temperature regulation, and I mean, there are so many problems. Okay, so I talked with him about both of those. That takes care of all of that. Is that everything? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the lake view. I'm gonna see if I can drop off all these black books I'm carrying.
The Northern Maiden is shipshape and ready to go.
I'm very skinny.
Talk to Captain Garland.
I'm usually, well, for the longest time, I was 135 and stayed about that regardless. Right around the time I ended up moving from Maine to here, I was down to 119 and still losing weight due to anxiety, depression, lots of things. I have smoked in my time. And it has been useful. For me, it has been one of those helpful things. It's helped me sleep when I've had serious issues sleeping. It's helped me eat something when... Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to drop any of those off. Okay. I'm okay with that, though. It's helped me with eating issues when I just haven't been hungry. Things like that. So, I have no problem with it whatsoever. Obviously. Store those for now. Mostly, I'm just dropping stuff off for the weight reasons. Yeah, glass is better anyway. Those are nice. I'll hold on to those. The rueful axe. That's gonna go somewhere special. I need a good spot for that. Try back here. No, that's a double. Do I have a single spot? Upstairs, maybe? Oh, probably over in the enchantment room. Oh, all those are taken, huh? Yup. Okay, so what's this one back over here again? Just to, okay, cool. That'll work. Grab that. Grab that. Yeah. For me, it's always been more about the sleep, the help with sleep. Occasionally help with motivation when I was writing. And the appetite assistance. That was the main thing for me. However, I've been running for about 3 hours here. It is 6 in the morning. And I still have a bunch of stuff to do today. So I am going to have to call it here, unfortunately. But I figure I'll at least get up to the usual spot. Get to our usual mix here for this. Switch over here real quick to drop some of these off. It is save number 305 for those following along. Wow. I don't. For some reason, dabs just never did anything for me. I ended up running through it way too fast. Let's not do that. Let's do... Actually, I'm kind of stuck with that for the moment. Okay. Yeah, it ended up running through me too fast, I guess, and I just ended up with a really bad headache. So, if I could, I'd just stick with the regular. Just go with that. But thanks for stopping in. It's always a pleasure to sit and chat, and it certainly makes the time seem to go a lot faster when there's someone in chat for me to talk to. Also, I want to say thank you to everybody else who has stopped in. Even though they may not have spoken, I want to thank them for being here, as it does help get our numbers up a little bit more, and hopefully soon we'll have upped things enough to be able to upgrade things for us here a little bit, both here at the studio, as far as being able to bring more games to people. Because the second we get a capture card, we're going to have the PS3 available for stuff, which means opening up the Assassin's Creed library to availability, as well as some of the older Call of Duty Black Ops games that we happen to have. And if I can get Ghosts working again, because I've got my squad, trying to build them up a ways, and the game stopped working on me, which really, really sucks because of how far I've gotten with those. So, yeah. We've got quite a few games for PS3. We have a couple for the PS4, which again is not even our PS4. It's on loan. We're hoping eventually, once things get going enough, we'll be able to pick up our own, as well as the capture card, better mics, more stuff for the tabletop side of things, so that we can set up tabletop gameplay, even if it's just giving an example of things like Trivial Pursuit, which is a game I like to play a lot. In fact, back during high school, that's what we used to do, is when we weren't in school, we were over at a friend's house just playing Trivial Pursuit for hours. It's probably why I have a lot of very useless trivia stuck in my head. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. We hope to see you next time. I'm going to go grab our announcer Carl here, and we'll go ahead and see you folks next time. So until then, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you very soon. They've walked you through Horizon Zero Dawn, through The Last of Us, and through For Honor. This summer, one man, one horde, one motorcycle, many, many locations with an open world map, and one very large arsenal. When the dust settles at the end of the day, who will remain standing? Will it be Deacon St. John? Or those he stands against? Find out for yourself at twitch.tv/wildwolfgaming1. Stay wild, everyone. In the video game streaming system, the viewers are represented by two distinct groups: the gamers who provide walkthroughs and compete for wins, and the entertainers who provide nonsense and fun. These are the games of the Insomnia Squad. Doink Doink by Mike Post. Come to twitch.tv/wolvesdengames and click the follow button. That way you will be notified for further games by the Insomnia Squad. Thank you all for joining us. Please join us next time. And we hope to see you there. Long days and pleasant nights. Jate ka nade, or good night, everyone.